no, what do I do? Just joking, guys. Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome back to our show. So I am Penny, just in case you've forgotten who I am. And this is our show. And with me tonight is Horlicks.
Hello, everyone.
How are you?
Oh, this is strange, isn't it?
It is. Hang on. But these are strange times, they say.
Yeah.
So, right. So we have, just in case we've got so rusty that we can't do the show properly, and we you know, technological advances and everything, we do have a third person on the stream who you will be seeing in the background, and it's Build with Adrian. Hello. How are you, Adrian?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, as you know, we both owe lots and lots of thanks to Adrian. I've said this, I hope I say this every week, because you deserve it more. This show wouldn't be half as good as it would be without you. Adrian does an awful lot of work in the background for us, so that all we have to do is just press that button and talk.
Yeah.
Should we do comments before we carry on? Because there's lots of well wishers. So first one, gold star for first comment is P40F20. They're back! The dynamic duo of the dream team. Comment, P40F. Oh, was that me? Did I hear me echoing? So we have Peter Whitlock. Hello, good evening, Penny and Horlicks. We have Mark Mods. Evening, Penny and Horlicks. Nice to see the duo back on YouTube. It's been far too long. I feel a little bit strange. Obviously, this started off as our show, and then I came and I was a guest as much as I possibly could. But I kind of feel a little bit like I've given someone a present, and then they've done what they want to do with the present, and then I've gone, oh, actually, I want that back now. It's do you know what I mean by that? It just feels a little bit odd. But I'm sure we will reshape this the way that we take it, and it will become us again. It wasn't not us in the first place, but it's obviously things evolve. When this started at the beginning, there was nothing, and then obviously when the other fantastic guys, Dave, Mark, Adrian, Fleetwood J, have I missed anybody? Tell me I haven't missed anybody. Geordie, Dave, obviously they evolved the show, and then we kind of gone a little bit back. Steve-O, how can we forget Steve-O?
I think the thing is, like, I mean, it was a blessing really meeting everyone, because you know, everyone has things going on, and you know, we've had life challenges and stuff, and this show wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for meeting all these people.
No,
we would have had to have probably just cut it, and we'd probably be just joining up, and we would have carried on with it at some point.
Yes,
but there would have been a massive void of 6-7 months of nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I think that's really good, and
you
know, now we're back. Then obviously it's our turn to catch up and enjoy the fun, and you know, I think I don't think, you know, a lot of the subs that we've got and these viewers. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think it's necessarily just the bus builds. You know, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I think they come for.
I think they come for us.
For us, yeah. Well, that's what I'd like to think, and I'm sure it is. So, you know.
The bottom line is, if you put anything out, people will find it and they will watch it. The trick is to keep people for a second and subsequent episode. So the fact that people are staying with us, that means there's something there. But I think we kind of feed off it's such a great audience that we feed off that, and then they in turn feed off that, and then we feed off them, and it's this circle. So I'll just carry on anyway. So Yorkshire Talk co-host Yorkshire Crafter says hi everyone. We had a great little show this afternoon. Really enjoyed that.
Hi Yorkshire Crafter.
So,
yes.
Steve Hyson, good evening, all. Lovely to have Penny and Horlicks back. Dan O'Bills, hello, Penny and Horlicks.
Hello.
And I lost the comments. There we go. David Bassett, welcome back, Penny and Horlicks. Dave Say, hello. Hello. All glad you're back with the Routemaster. Yippee! Thumbs up, smiley face, smiley face. Geordie Dave, hi, Penny and Horlicks. David Bassett, love the shirt. Do you know I actually wore this for you today, David? And Pepsi. How is Pepsi? She's been on one of her lovely walks. Steve Owen, hi all, back to how it all started. Steve, don't think that because we're back, you've been cut out. You know, you are still part of this group as much as you ever were. And yeah, and we need guests later on anyway, so we need to be friends with. Just joking. Geordie Dave says, hi, Adrian. Mark's Mods. Adrian, the technical director. Yeah. No, it's,
yes.
You know, I know you do. And I know sometimes you have a bit of a grumble about how much work you've got on. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. But you do it more often than not with a smile on your face. And it's not just us two. I think everyone would agree. There's a lot of shows that run well because of your work, Adrian.
Yes.
So Peter Whitlock, again, good evening, Adrian. David Bassett, good evening to Adrian too. This is the trouble with our show. We get so many comments. I don't think we'll get the bill done, will we? Dan O'Bills, hello, Adrian. Matthew Borum, hello, evening all.
Hi, Matthew.
Mark the Tart, welcome back. You too, great to see you. Wash hands, wash hands, wash hands, wash. Of course.
Yeah, I've got me alcohol pump thing here.
I use mine that's supplied by the company. It's great. They give us free hand wash and
well, if you run short, you've got a new purchase you can just use.
Well, yeah. Actually, it's probably better because it's 99. Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Horlicks came around mine the other day, and he sorted my computer out, and he's a very clean person, but he has some alcohol. And he says, "Oh, you need to buy some," and I know I need to buy some anyway. Because it's good for all sorts of things. But yeah, so I bought a litre and it's 99.9% minimum. So
that's the one I've got. But no, I mean, it's, you know, I'm surprised. I mean, you got a computer like that. We had to take the cooler off and we had to use IPA for the process. So
yeah,
there's no other way around it.
The great thing is that because of the different hobbies that I do, it's used in just about, I mean, I'm doing electronics, I'm doing model building. I've just found out how to make my own thinners. This bottle of thinners by Tamiya is 250 milliliters. It costs something like £8 a bottle, and you need it when you're painting. But it's 3/4 isop thingy baby is alcohol, which is £10 a litre. So that £10 a litre will make 30 litres worth of thinner. The other third is essentially water. So yeah, make your own stuff, and it's a lot cheaper, and it's just as good. So Matthew Borum, I'm still waiting for my Spitfire delivery. So am I. I don't know what issue you're waiting for, but the trouble is, one of the drawbacks of being a subscriber is you get 4 issues at once. And you know me, I will sit there and I will film all 4 of them in one episode. And, well, not in one episode, but in one go. And then that's it. I've got nothing to do for 4 weeks. So, yeah, I'm always waiting for stuff. Chris Davis World. Hello, how are you? Hi, all, he said.
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Lucas 1945, nice to see you. Nice. David Bassett, yes, I watch because you really make the show, whatever you're building. Oh, thank you. He also says, yes, Pepsi had a lovely walk with me this afternoon now that the rain has stopped. I don't know what the weather's doing, actually. I haven't been out all day, apart from this morning when I went to the shops to get some lasagna ingredients. Well, I say lasagna ingredients. I came back with spaghetti bolognese ingredients. So I'm not feeling very well at the moment because I've very much overeaten. Stephen Allen, thank you for your comments, Penny. No problem. Being a guest, have a great show. Yeah, as I say, I'm not going to forget the people who carried this show while we weren't doing it. I mean, I found myself in a position to come back probably about a month or so ago, but obviously it wouldn't make sense for me to just jump in when the build's almost finished. So I let the guys finish the build. And to be honest with you, it's put a slightly different dynamic on it. I do like opening the package, and I've never seen it before. But now that I've seen the whole thing being built, it's a slightly different dynamic. So although I've not done it, I've seen it, and it's different and nice and not nice. And do you know what I mean? I've lost the surprise, but I've gained. I'm seeing how other people have done it, and now the difficult issues I'm thinking about, and I'm thinking, oh, can I do it a slightly different way, or have they done it the best way possible? So it's, you can start to think about things differently. So effectively, I have been a viewer, haven't I?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it is a surprise because I really didn't know what was in this issue.
Yeah,
it's been so long since I've followed it, and I have been following the last few shows, obviously. On there, but it doesn't really sink in. So it's not till I dug this out. Oh, I wonder what this is. So yeah, it's still a surprise for me.
Yeah. All right, Matthew Baum says, anyone here think I should decide my own bedtime and ignore when I'm told to? You do what you feel is right, Matthew. There you go. How's that for passing the buck? Geordie Day company gave me 20 bottles of the hand sanitizer. Good stuff. We have to go. It's like, Oliver, please, sir, can I have some more when our bottle runs out? Matthew Baum, 23-26. Oh, you're a little bit behind there, aren't you? I think the last issues I got was 27-30. But to be honest with you, when they come, you'll enjoy them. So it makes the wait worthwhile. So Chris Davis, world, I'm good. Nice to see you and Horlicks and Adrian back, and Penny. And then Mark the Tart. Sorry, when I tapped on it, I thought it was clapping. Doesn't matter. It worked, didn't it? It worked. Right. So let's explain the situation. And are you ready? Is your screwdriver polished, Horlicks?
I'm actually going to try these wearer ones today.
Okay. No, I'd be really interested to know what you think, because Mark's Mod swears by them. A couple of other people say they're really good, and I didn't get on with them. I did buy some, I tried them, and I found because they were smaller, I couldn't tighten up so much with them. And I found with the Oreo I could get a better grip. So I've been really. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say I've still got the Oreo for backup. Yeah. And I've got, not that I won't be using it in this issue, definitely not. But I do have my electric screwdriver as well. But that won't be used in this issue because of the issue. I've just, I know what's in it now.
Yeah. But I think from the feedback I've got from other people and my feedback, I would say it's about 3-1 in favor that it's a good screwdriver. Not everyone's going to like everything. I gave it a go. But what I gave it a go on was the Terminator, and some of those screws are a little bit stiff to get in. So one thing I've often said is, even though I think my Oreo is the best thing since sliced bread, and what was the best thing before sliced bread? Ripped bread? But anyway, I think the Oreo is absolutely fantastic, but there are plenty of situations where the Oreo doesn't work as well as something else. I've found myself in situations where the Routemaster screwdriver was the best screwdriver for the job. So maybe there's an argument to say I didn't give the wearer enough chance, but we'll see how you get on. So I'm actually up to issue 96, I think, or is it 97? But Horlicks is up to 91. The original theory plan was that we were going to build it together. But obviously, because I'm still a little bit ahead of Horlicks is building his issue. Excuse me, I've got hiccups now. So Horlicks is building his issue tonight. So effectively, Horlicks is going to be Penny and Penny is going to be Horlicks. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
So we may change the way things are done next week. We've got to remember this is our first week back. We're not sure if it's working 100% the way we want it to work. We may carry on with a dual stream. We may do 2 separate streams. So obviously any feedback you guys want to give is greatly welcomed. But maybe we can reach a more focused audience if we do a separate broadcast. So we'll do mine on a Wednesday and Horlicks on making days up a Saturday or whatever. But we'll see how it goes tonight. And then obviously me and Horlicks, there will definitely be a show next week. We're just not quite sure what the show will be next week, if any of that makes any sense. Yeah. Anything to add to that, Horlicks, that I might have forgotten?
No, I think that's about right. So yeah, so it's all new, and we've not really done this before. We have done, but not both building, because I was, until now, I still am behind, but I've pretty much I still haven't got all of the issues. I'm still waiting for a few more deliveries, but
by the time you get to them, you'll probably have them.
Before you were way ahead when we first started. There was no chance.
I've not built anything in over 6 months. In fact, it's January, I think. Well, I left Newport in January, so it must have been the new year. I think when I looked at my live stream before I started going back and doing the videos, I know there was an end of year quiz that we did. So I don't think I've done anything since about Christmas. So it's now October. It's been about 10 months since I've done anything. So you must have been way behind. So, but yeah. But look at you now.
I have got something to add. Hopefully, like when we get onto the build, the light is going to be all right, because I got this this light that you can change the different colours on.
Okay.
But it's just blown up.
Oh no.
So I'm literally got on, off, and one setting. It won't do anything else.
If you're struggling a bit, I've got a light you can borrow again.
Yeah, point it this way. I mean, it's working. Obviously,
this is really good to get jogging. Like if you decide you want to run backwards, you can put the red light on and you can run backwards then.
But I've got should have 4 tones of light. I should have like a warm glow, bright.
Are these fancy electrics actually worth it?
It's quite hot. It's an LED strip. It's the one that Fleetwood J had, and his is still alright, but I've hardly used it. It's just I was sitting here just now, and it started flickering, and then something popped, and now I've just got 1 tone. So
okay,
should be alright though. It's still on.
Listen, if we have technical issues during the stream, we won't be the first ones to ever have technical issues, and I don't suppose for 1 minute we'll be the last.
No.
So right. So I'll just do a quick catch up on the chat while you get your wearers ready.
They are ready.
Well, Chris Campbell says hi, Penny, Horlicks, and Adrian, and then he says, as long as you don't do a Monday, LOL. See, that's tempting, isn't it? We could have a war, couldn't we? Anyone upsets me, we'll go like, right, the Routemaster show is moving to such and such a day. Matthew Bourne, I'm also subscribed to X-Wing. Remember that thought, that comment, Matthew, because after the build, I'd like to ask you more about that. But obviously, right now we're doing the Routemaster. And then Chris Davis, well, Penny, your last issue was 96. I thought it was about 96. So I can't. Well, the only reason I remember what I did now is because I've seen the instructions for tonight, and that just kind of jogged my memory. So I will be giving you pointers if you require them, but only as much as I can remember, Horlicks. So if if I don't give you a warning on a tricky bit, it's not because I'm being a bit horrible. It's because I genuinely can't remember. So, right. So this is, where are we? I can't remember how to do this now. So that is the issue 91. And today we will be doing there we go. We will be doing the framework for the outer walls of the upper deck. We start work on fitting windows into the framework of the left-hand side of the upper deck. And would you like to do, well, you tell me when you're ready for a parts check. And then what I'm going to try and do, bear with me 1 second. Right. There you go. I've still got it. Just. So that is what the cover of the magazine looks like. And P4TF20 says the dream team without technical issues. Yeah, I think our show was built on technical issues at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know that. We've done it. And I know we brought this up a few times, but the famous one is the host of the show leaving the stream, leaving everybody else befuddled. So Bezak lit. Hi all, how's everyone going? And he says, how's the bus coming along? Well, you're about to find out. So looking at the parts that you have, apart from a screwdriver, you will probably need a good set of side cutters, and you will need a very fine file.
Right. Side cutters are a no-go because I broke them.
Right. Okay. Do you have a very sharp knife that isn't that massive Stanley blade?
I do have this, which is okay, but got to use that with caution. But I do have a blade.
I think what you're right. Okay. Well, we'll get to that when we come to it. So the first part that you're looking for is 2 big chunky bits of red metal, 91A, the left outer wall framework. Now the 2 parts I'm talking about will look very similar, but this one has got kind of a lip on one side, so just one side goes down a little bit further.
Right. Let me just... Everything's falling out of here.
Chris Davis Wilder says last build for you, Penny, was 9 months ago. And then Mark Mod says, see, need to get Horlicks the grey cotton mat to sort his white balance out. It might also be lighting issues as well.
Yeah, my lighting is just popped. So because I normally have a lighter tone, it's just not... It's stuck in the brightest light.
What does help with you, Horlicks, is that you keep things like your cutting mats in immaculate condition, don't you?
Yeah.
I think that's because in the past I'm using one cutting mat for everything. I'm doing some painting, and then I'm using that cutting mat for my Routemasters, and it just kind of throws things out a bit. And for a while I went with 2 cutting mats. But what I've now gone for is a big grey one, and then I can place mats on top of that if I need to. But you don't need to, do you? Because everything in yours is, I think your craft area is more sterile than a hospital, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue with it because look at the results you get.
I mean, it'll be all right once it's out the plastic. It's reflecting off the plastic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So 97A left outer framework, and like I say, that will be slightly irregular widths. One width is, or one height is a little bit more than the other. Oh, try not to throw everything across the table.
Right, there we go. So,
There we
wow. God, it's been ages since I felt some metal work.
Yeah. Look at that red shiny goodness. So
that's the one that's
metal.
Slight angle, so that's obviously going to be the front.
Yeah. Okay, 91B is the left outer wall framework. Not to be confused with 91A, which is the left outer wall framework. Lovely. Lovely. Right, so 91C, window bar times 2. There we go. And they are, I can't believe it's not metal.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. I love our little catchphrases.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
The next one is window winder times 2, and that's 91D.
And they're in this little bag.
Lovely. I personally would keep them there until you need them. The next piece is 2 pieces, window frame times 2.
Okay. Ah, these are red. I can't believe it's not plastic.
Yeah. We never had red. I can't believe it's not plastic, not metal, have we?
No.
So you'll see a little tab on those, and that's why I was saying, well, there's another piece as well, but that was why I was saying you need some side cutters.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't got side cutters, it'll be a lot harder, but I would perhaps saw those off with your X-Acto knife. I mean, if you had a hobby saw, that would be just as easy or easier. Right, so the next piece is 91F, sliding window pane times 2. And they're going to be a little bit trickier to get those tabs off because acrylic is a lot more brittle than there's a lot more brittle than plastic.
Right.
But again, if you exercise the amount of care that you generally exercise anyway, I don't think you'll have too many problems. So the next one is 91G, window pane times 2.
Well, this is weird tape. This is, I can't believe it's not tape. It's just plastic, but it obviously the static sticks it to the...
Yeah, it's like those old window stickers, isn't it? There's no stickers, but they stick to the window.
Right, so there's one.
Lovely. And I believe these are made of a material called, oh my God, I can't believe how easily they crack.
Yeah, and there is a few scuffs on here.
Right.
As you can see.
There is a way to buff that out. I've never done it before, but you can either sand that with an extremely fine piece of sandpaper, or what I've been told works is toothpaste.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm not going to be too worried because it's a bus, and I don't think I've seen a bus window that isn't scratched.
Well, yeah. Well, to be honest with you, sometimes in London, you're lucky to have one that's not smashed.
Yeah.
It depends how close you look at them, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the other one.
Lovely. Well, that looks a little bit better. There's a couple of scratches on there, but nothing major. So 91H is window pane, not to be confused with 91G, window pane.
Yeah, and the difference with this one is obviously we've got a slight angle on that side.
Yeah.
And some fingerprints on there or someone's.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah.
Matthew Borman says, as Monty Python puts it, need bigger stickers. Mark's also said that he would advise gluing the little winders onto the bar, and then Graham Prestwood, evening all. Right, so that leaves us 4 parts left. The first one is OP screws, which is 1.7 by 5 millimeter, and there should be 10 of those. Now, I can't remember if 10 is the number they give us and we only need 9, or if there will actually be 11 of them. Different part works do it differently.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 10 in there.
Right, so it looks like we'll need 9 then.
Okay.
Obviously nice to have the spare. The next one is DP screws, which is 1.7 by 4 millimeter, and we need 5 of those, or we should have 5 of those.
Yeah. 1, 2.
Right. Now, I'm going to do a quick ask the audience. Is this the issue where we have to screw some windows in using DP screws, but they're a little bit short and we actually want to use OP screws? So I'll just let that question sit with the audience and maybe they can help. I might be confused with another issue. The next screws are EM screws, which are 1.5 by 4 millimeter, and there should be 5 of those. So these ones are slightly slimmer than the previous ones, but the same length.
Yes, that's right. 5 of them.
These are metal screws because they're EMs. Excuse me. And the last screws are big fat FM screws, 2.3 by 4 millimeter, and there should be 3 of those.
Yeah, there are.
Fantastic. It's always good when you get your parts list in tow, isn't it?
And I'm going to have to mess around. This camera is the worst for its.
That's absolutely fine. I'm going to just do a little catch up on the chat then. So Chris Davis World says, I'm doing 87 of the bus Monday. If Penny or Horlicks or Adrian fancies going. And then he corrects himself by saying joining, I meant. So P40F20 says, yes, you need OP screws. I thought it was this issue. So we will come to a stage where we need to be screwing in with, I've forgotten the number, which one it is. Yeah, it'll ask us to screw in with DP screws, but we actually need to use OP screws, which then means you won't be supplied enough with this issue. But that's okay, because we keep our spares, don't we?
We do. And wow.
When we're not using them for other projects, they sit in a box waiting for us.
The thing is, I've got no more OP screws because I've not had them.
Oh, no. Okay, so we will have to go for a backup plan then. So maybe we can go on a charity drive and collect OP screws. If 3 or 4 people can send one in to this PO box number 810 to the PO box London. Oh no, right, scrub that then. So we've got Love Minnie says, so good to see both of you again building. It's really nice to see you, Love Minis, as well. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I know you've been various things going on. Chris Davis World, LOL, issue 82. There we go. So P40F20 says, no, use BP screws when they tell you. So instead of BP, we're using BP. So how are you for BP BP screws?
BP?
Yeah.
I've got some, but they're, I assume black. Well, silver or black. I've got 2 black and the rest are silver. Right.
Okay. Well, we will figure a way. We still got time for people to make comments and things.
Yeah.
They'll get hidden, don't forget.
Yeah. But also Steve Hyson says, I didn't use OP screws. I just used what was supplied in the mag. So maybe if you use the screws that's supplied, but don't put them in too tight. I can't remember. We'll see what happens when we get there.
Okay.
And then Matthew Baum says, "Hey Penny, have you seen the picture of my girlfriend on Facebook?" Unfortunately, I haven't. I'm afraid I haven't seen you on Facebook for a while, actually. Right. So, are we ready for the build stage?
Yeah, we're ready for the off.
Right.
I find if you hold your finger behind the plastic where the screws go in, so you feel it sort of like pushing against your finger, you think, right, okay, stop.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, one thing that I say quite a lot is when you're screwing metal, you can go in really hard, and sometimes the harder the better. When you're screwing plastic, you let the screw tell you when it's gone in enough, and you only need to put it in enough so that the parts don't move. When it comes to acrylic, that's too much. So, but yeah, we'll get there. So, stage 1. Are you ready for this? Are you getting excited, Horlicks?
Okay, I am.
We need to fit window pane 91H into the upper front opening of the outer wall framework 91A, fix in place with 4 EM screws. So I'm going to turn my volume up and I'm going to listen for that acrylic crack. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Okay, so that is this piece here, and let's go into this one just here.
That's the one. Now, is this the piece that has the little push marks on it?
It does. However, this will only go in one way anyway, so I don't think it's relevant for this particular pane.
Yeah,
but it certainly will be for these.
Yes, but I believe that if you put it in correctly, those stud marks won't show. So if you've got any showing, you may have it in the wrong way.
Okay, that's a lovely fit.
Lovely. So we fix that in place with 4 EM screws.
Right, now it's time to find the right wearer.
See, again, this might be where the wearer really does come into its own, because with the wearer, it depends on how you hold it. You hold it in one position for good old brute twisting. You hold it another way to get precision.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put that one in just enough to bite, as we always do.
Lovely.
And then I'm going to work my way around just in case there's a problem with it lining up.
Yeah, you usually find the 2 corners will line it up, and then the next 2 would secure it.
Sorry if my hands are in the way. Oh, it feels really weird screwing model together. I've really missed it.
See, you need to, obviously, that statement tells me you need to be doing it more. There is no such thing as too many part works, only not enough money in the bank.
Yeah. Right, I just need to, excuse me for 1 second. I just want to grab something soft.
Okay. I'm sure there's a joke there somewhere, but
well, I know Penny would like purple. I'm just worried that I don't want to scratch the other side of this paintwork, and
I think that is an absolutely superb idea, and I think it's wise to have a soft purpley thing, whether you need it or not. So, do you know, I'm still laughing at a comment that was made on one of my shows this afternoon. Someone had said, because last night we were talking about painting the Terminator purple, which had made Julie laugh. So we brought it up today. And someone on my show this afternoon, they said, there is such thing as a purple Terminator, but I don't go into that sort of shop. Yeah. Okay. I have been chuckling at that all day.
Right.
That is a lovely towel. That is beautiful.
Back on track. It's because, I was worried about it scratching, so.
No, that's fine. I just love you know me. If you ever want my attention, you just go purple. And I'm like, yes.
Right, okay, so where were we at? So that's all 4 in. I'm now going to... I mean, this is the metal part, so I need to be really careful.
Yeah.
I'm just going until it wants to stop.
See, the advantage I had is that I have fingernails, and I was actually able to put my fingernail underneath the screw head. And when it starts to screw onto my fingernail, I know it's getting very close. And then you're just literally doing, but obviously men tend to have short fingernails, don't they? But yeah, it's
right. Well, I can get some more turns on that, but I'm not going to because that is not moving. I
would say that's absolutely fine. Then, if the window's not rattling, you've still got a better window than the real thing, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right. So the general consensus is you've got. I didn't use the OP screws; just use what was in the mag. P40 OP screws will be needed. I think I read some of these. Peter Whitlock, I found it helpful to open the screw holes on the window. A, it made it easier to fix in place, and B, helped to prevent the windows cracking. Dave's saying, me and Chris used the OP screws as per the magazine with a very gentle action. Place fingers at the other side of red frame to feel the screw on the other side. Just go steady with them, which I think pretty much describes how you've just done yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Peter Whitlock used a small triangle file. And if I had £1 for every time I heard this question, I reckon I'd have the bus fare home. How many issues to go? So this is issue 91. So if my maths teacher taught me well, I would say there are another 39 issues, including this one. Does that work out right? And then Chris Davis World, Horlicks is probably grabbing his pillow. Oh, wow. Right, so are you happy with that stage?
Yeah, I'm super happy with that.
It looks very good to me, actually. So, stage number 2. And I'm sorry, Horlicks, you're going to have to put that down for a minute. You seem to enjoy fondling it.
Okay.
Right, so stage 2, take the 2 sliding window panes, 91F, and cut away the moulding left from manufacture to leave a smooth edge. Repeat to remove the moulding from the 2 window frames, 91E. Now, if you are using a knife, I would suggest you might want to do 91E first, because that's going to be easier. So it eases you in.
I do have some cutters, so I'm going to try it.
Are they plastic cutters or are they metal cutters? I think metal cutters. Don't they look like plastic cutters?
I'm not actually sure, to be honest.
Are they sharp?
They probably were at one point.
Okay, what I'm going to suggest to you then is if you score a line with a knife where you want the break to go, when you cut it with the cutters, it's going to encourage that line to go along, so it won't shatter and go through the window.
Right.
Do you know what? What's really funny is I've got some new side cutters, and when you were around fixing my computer the other week, you just picked them up and you actually stopped in your tracks, didn't you? And went, "Oh, they're nice."
Yeah, you could just.
I was actually going to buy you a set and send them through mystery, but unfortunately, I see so much shiny stuff that I wouldn't actually be able to afford to do it until next week. Right, so if you've got a good score line on there, now when you cut it, because what's going to happen is if those cutters aren't sharp enough, it's going to bend it. But because you've now weakened it, it's going to bend along that score. It's going to snap along that score line.
Yeah, these are too big to even fit in there anyway.
Okay. So you're going to have to do surgical precision sawing with a X-Acto knife, are you?
Yeah.
I do like that knife, actually. I mean, I prefer my little retractable one, but that's a nice little knife, that. And that is an old towel you've got there, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Right, now it's fine. When you cut through, you could end up following through and cutting into the towel.
I'm just having a look. Actually, bear with me. I think I might actually have something else.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a show without being organised, would it?
Well, no, this is only the technical issue now, isn't it?
Well, this is my e-cigarette kit. And
So
I'm wondering...
You're going to smoke it off, are you?
Ah,
that is perfect.
I forgot I had this.
That is perfect.
Oh, and a screwdriver. I wondered where that went.
Now you know.
So,
welcome to the Routemasters show. This is the show of discovery.
Okay, I think these are, well, they're model pliers. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those before. They have model pliers. So
let's try.
It's still a good idea to score the line anyway.
Ooh,
there you go. Look at that. And then if you can, just run a little file, or if you've got really good ones, you can cut that right down to line. You can trim it with a knife. How's that? That looks really good. The problem I have with trimming it with a knife is you should always cut away from you. Yeah, that's perfect. I actually can't cut away from me, and I don't want people copying what I do, so I try to avoid cutting on camera. There was a little bit of fear in cutting that, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's so fragile.
If you prepare for the worst, then you tend to find there isn't a problem. But if you just go in going, yeah, not a problem. Whoops.
Yeah, that's it. Okay,
so now you've got the easy ones to go, because these are plastic. These aren't likely to crack as well as easy anyway. There we go.
There you go, there's one.
Brilliant.
These are actually brand new, because I remember I bought these now because the other one's broke, and I just shoved them in there.
Yeah, I can see the cutting edge on them. They are fantastic. And I can see how close a cut you can get with them. Because that's the mark of a good set of sprue cutters, isn't it? Or side cutters, is how close you can get. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Okay.
Lovely. Okay, so you're happy with stage 2 then?
I am. Yeah, that's good.
So stage 3. There we go. So fit one of the sliding windows 91F into each of the window frames 91E so that the ridges on the end of the sliding windows fit into the recesses in the frame as indicated by the arrows. Note that the metal is in inverted commas, edge. So note that the metal edge of the window pane should be at the top. The sliding windows 91F will be held in place when the frames 91E are fitted to the outer wall frames.
Okay. So there's the ridges or the gutters. So if I remember rightly, so coming back to me now, I think the last issue I did with this, and Dave may remember, I'm sure I had to file the edges down because mine was bowing. I don't know if anyone else has had that.
I do know that I've got one window that is really stiff to open and close, and one that will just open on its own and never close because it's just so loose.
Yeah.
But that works. I've gone with that because what I've done with mine is I've got all my windows open at different positions to show without touching that these windows can move.
That is actually a perfect fit this time. So I'm really happy with that. It's nice and stiff. It's not too loose it's going to drop on its own, but it's not too stiff that it's bowing.
Right. Yeah, so long as it's not bowing. I mean, like I say, with mine, I've got one that drops down on its own. So that one just stays open. And then the ones that stay put, I'm leaving those partially open. And I just think it adds a little bit of life by having the windows open at different positions. So this one goes in exactly the same. How's that one?
Looser than the first one.
Yeah.
But it's not too loose that it's going to fall on its own.
Lovely. So, perfect.
I'm happy with that.
What happens if you swap them over?
Do you know, I was thinking that, Adrian.
Okay, let's try. That feels the same. About the same.
Right. So they're obviously not identical parts. So when they're made, they're probably made in a mold that has 20 of them. And then they're all pushed out of the mold into a big bucket. And then the operator picks up 2 of them. So you might get 2 exactly the same. You might get a number 1 and a number 17. Or okay, so you're happy with stage 3?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Or you could have more than one tool doing the same component, and one could be 1,000 mil out.
Yeah, exactly. Over time, when these molds these are obviously, I guess, 2-part molds, and over time they do wear out. And if you're lucky enough to be the beginning of the production run, you will have absolutely perfect. It's like aircraft model kits. If you get them in the year of production, they'll be lovely. If you're buying kits 15 years after they're first produced, the molds just wear out a little bit, and you'll never get to the same. So stage number 4.
Sorry, I've just seen a comment from Mark. We'll go from again. They're sprue cutters.
Yeah.
Do you know what? So that means that these are actually designed for plastic.
Yes.
Which would make sense.
Metal.
Pardon?
All thin pieces of metal.
I was going to say because I use these for metal.
Right. What kind of metal are you cutting with them?
It's.
See, I wouldn't be cutting 1mm brass rods.
No, it cuts these. these coils.
Yeah, well, that's the. Oh, they look. Oh, what sort of metal is that? A soft metal?
I can't remember what these ones are made of. I can't remember what they're made of. I've lost touch of it all. But I was using them for them, but I keep getting through lots of pairs of pliers because they keep breaking. So I'm guessing it's not obviously the right type.
But if you find those work, but I know you can buy those on on Amazon, and they're not hugely expensive. But we'll see what Father Amazon brings you.
Okay, so
Right, so stage 4, and I'm going to read the warning first. So it says, take care not to get fingerprints or smears on the window panes when you fit them, because obviously if you could actually screw in your fingertip, your fingerprint, and there'll be no way to clean it. Okay. So fit the window frame 91E, excuse me, into the next upper half of the framework 91A, so that the sliding window 91F is held in place with 2 DP screws fitted from the inside of part 91A. And I'm actually going to stop there, and then I'll read the rest of the instruction when you've done that one. So you will need 2 DP screws, and you will be fitting the window frame 91E, which I believe you did in the first stage.
Okay, that's not a very nice fit.
I think that's the wrong piece. Oh, sorry. No, my bad. So the sliding window is held in place. Right, so it's the piece you've already attached the window to.
Yeah.
It's the next one along.
I'll try the other one.
Okay. Didn't you say that on another one you had to do some filing?
Yes, but that was just on the window.
Right.
Yeah, that's not a nice fit at all. Don't you see that? But in the bottom corner, I'm sure the screw will probably bring it in, but I don't like to do it.
No, you want to be confident it's a nice fit, don't you?
Don't you see that in the corner?
Yeah.
It just doesn't want to.
And that's the corner you won't be screwing in this stage. I think you will be screwing it in, but not yet.
That's correct.
So, let's see if there's a problem. Let's try it without the window.
Right. Stupid question. Did you have it the right way round?
Yeah.
So Mark's mod is saying sand the plastic frame down until it fits. And P40 to F20, that plastic frame is a snug fit. And then earlier Chris Davis World says I got some of those Horlicks. He talked about your sprue cutters.
Okay. Let me
See, a snug fit is nice, but having to push it in with all your force isn't quite in the spirit of it.
Okay.
Give me 2 secs. I'll be back in a second.
Just needs a little bit more. Just around the edges. I can feel like I mean, there's probably meant to be, but I can feel a very, very thin lip. Possibly where it came out of the mould.
Is it on the front side of the window or is it on the rear side of the window?
It's sort of on the rear.
Right, yes. Yeah, if you remove that basically, then same again. It could be, 2 different molds or more than one. And one could be a few mil out.
Yeah. There's definitely something not right in this top corner.
My apologies for that. So Peter Whitlock is saying, I remember having to file the frame slightly.
Ah. Yeah, see, it now fits snug at the bottom, but not at the top.
Right.
So these are all the things that we get put up again.
See, right, there's 2 sides of the coin here. I enjoy these little bits, fixing the issues, but then obviously the other side of the coin is people say, well, the issue shouldn't exist. And I love it. Well, you know me, I love problem solving. That doesn't fit. Why doesn't it fit? Right, well, I'll do this.
Okay, I'm 80% happier with that.
Okay.
I'm just going to give it another 20% file.
20% file.
No, it's getting there. Oh, wrong way.
No, that's fine. You're doing the absolute spot on thing here. You take it down just a tiny bit. You might have to attempt this 10 times, but at least then you won't take it too far.
That's it. There you go. That's in really snug now.
Nice.
It's not going to fall out. So I haven't overdone it, but I haven't got that gap that I have to push in anymore.
Fantastic.
So that being done, I can then refit the window and realign. Perfect. Now we're back on track.
Look. Well, we're never off track, really, were we?
No, but so we are using.
The thing is, there might be some. If you're having these issues, there might be somebody else having the same issues, and they'll be glad you've had these issues because then you've shown them what they need to do.
Yeah. I just literally used an emery board for that.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I think our most important tool in our arsenal is patience.
Yeah. Because you could have a really coarse file, but you'll end up taking far too much off.
Yeah.
So I'd rather it take longer than.
Yeah. But even if you had a really fine file and you went at it to like a bull in a china shop, you could take too much off.
Yeah.
You can still do a lot of damage with a fine file.
So now we are using DP screws.
Right, we're using DP screws, but just remind me, P40, you've said for the next window you will need 2 BP screws and 4 OP screws. Have I got that in the right place? So DP are 1.7 by 4 mil and I can't remember the size of the BPs. But I think I don't think the issue is with the width of the screw. I think the issue is with the length. And Mark's Mod says, Horlicks, you are a perfectionist, which relaxes me. Yeah, I can watch. I'm going to be careful with my words here. I can watch you work on your part works all day long, Horlicks.
So the DP screws, lengthwise, looks absolutely fine for that.
Okay. So why don't you try it very gently, and if you feel at any point.
But as I say, I think the DP was okay, wasn't it? It was the OPs.
Right.
That's going in really nice.
I think that's what he means. Oh, hang on. No, there's 2 BP screws and 4 OP. Well, look, see how you get on. It's your model.
Okay. I don't want to go in any more than that. But that's in.
Lovely. If the window works, it's in.
Yeah.
I mean, that window, it has 2 functions. It goes down and it goes up. No amount of further screwing is going to improve that, is it?
No. There you go. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so right, okay, so I will just give you this warning from Peter Whitlock before I read the rest of the instruction. OP screws are slightly too long, and if they are over tightened, they can push out the rear of the window. I remember that now. So I went screw, 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 and it actually pushed the other side out. So the rest of the instruction is fit the window pane to the inside of the frame 91A so that it slightly overlaps the sliding window. Fix in place with 4 OP screws. So it looks like you've got 2 screw holes at the bottom and then 2 about halfway-ish up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's definitely this way round. If I try and put it on this way, it doesn't sit. It just doesn't sit right at the bottom.
Okay.
So that's in there.
Okay. So what you're basically saying here is dry fit, dry fit, dry fit.
Yeah. So we're supposed to be using OPs, but we need to be really careful that we don't over tighten.
Yeah, Mark's Mods has also said the OP screws are a bit too thick for the next stage, but they do go in. It's the thickness, not the length. So obviously be wary of everything that everyone said. That's why we have such a wonderful audience, and it's obviously we have to listen to them.
Right, I've got that one started. I'm going to get them all started, and then I'm going to do what Dave suggested. I'm going to put my finger on the other side.
Yeah.
Because then I'll feel the plastic starting to move.
Yeah. Remember that in this particular case, the screws are there to hold the window in, not screw it down tight.
Yeah. So they're all in.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to the other side. I see what you mean. They are too long.
Yeah.
They are too long, but
So it's the length, is it?
yeah, because that wants to stop short of the window.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
But it's holding that in solid, so I don't need
Right.
to go in any more than that.
So ideally, we would have a millimetre shorter screw, but
Yeah.
that one will work.
It is a DP, which is a fraction shorter.
Yeah. Okay. And Peter Whitlock says these were the windows where I opened the hole slightly. So it looks like some people were having issue with the width of the screw then, and some were having an issue with the length.
Yeah, the width for me was fine. They went in absolutely fine, but it is the length. And I could easily get, I mean, you can see how
Yeah.
much they're sticking out. Let me see if I can get my focus in.
Yeah, I can get a fingernail under that.
Yes.
You can get, I could easily get another 2 or 3 turns on that.
So what you'd ideally want there is a little washer that's about 1.7 mil hole with a perhaps 2 millimeter outside edge, just to sit underneath that screw, just to act as a spacer.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
as
long as, oh, the camera.
The DP screw is a mil shorter. Would that hold the outer frame though?
Yeah. The thing is, we haven't got enough DP screws because we've only got the one spare. Is it the DPs we not got enough of?
I've got loads of DP.
Yeah, but you need them for... Oh, have you?
Yeah, DPs. Okay. I've got... Well, that was one of the whole
Right.
couple of them.
So ideally, if you'd have used those DP screws in your situation, do you think that would have been better?
Possibly. However, I'm really happy with that. I mean, it's not moving.
Like I say, it's the screw's job to hold the window in, not to screw it down tight. And if that window isn't moving, that's fine.
Yeah, I think the only problem we may have, I don't know, if there's like some framework that's going to sit on top of this, will the height of them screws restrict that? And then in that case, we can address that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be an issue, but I've not got that far myself. I suppose the best person to speak to about that would be Steve Owen, if we haven't sent him to sleep. Well, no, sometimes he has very early shifts.
No, I think it's not moving, so it doesn't rattle. So I'm going to go with that.
Fantastic. That is always the thing. Are you happy? Yes. Fine. So
I could try and fix something that's not a problem at the moment for me.
Wait till it's a problem, then fix it. Yeah. Okay, so are you happy with stage 4?
Yes.
Okay, so stage 5.
Okay.
Right, so take the second window, frame 91E, excuse me, with sliding window 91F, and fit it to the outside of the framework 91B. Fix in place from the inside with 2 DP screws, and we'll stop there. And that's essentially the same, the previous issue, but working slightly differently in a slightly different position.
Yeah, I was going to try and put it in through the front, but it's not going to happen. So we're going to go back to... Oh.
files are us. Well, I can tell that's a good fit because you've just moved it up, twisted it around upside down. Now that sounded a little bit of a satisfying click there.
Again, it's bowing out in this bottom corner.
Right. So you know what to do then.
Yeah, a lot. I think that's worse than the other one. So I'm going to get the emery board out. We do like to make a long show of it, don't we?
Wow.
Do you remember the streams we used to do about 3-4 hours long?
Oh, yes.
Right, let's try that for a fit. Not quite, but nearly. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's a nice snug fit, and again, that's nice and flush.
Brilliant.
No, it's actually so good I can't get it back out.
Oh, there you go. That's a good sign then.
Oh no. I can't get it back out. Just gently pry it. That's it. Okay, so did you hear that click? That was really good. I don't even need to put a screw in that, but I will. So, so again with the DPs, then on the top two. There we go. Okay. Is everyone still here?
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
here.
Are you dozing off?
Yeah.
Right, I'm done. That's it. So
Fantastic. Right. So,
that was
okay.
the two EPs.
So now we need to fit the next window pane 91G to the inside of the framework 91B and fix in place with 4 OP screws.
Okay.
See, I just want to go and get my bus now. And I'm just going to say to everybody, do you know what? I'm not going to be doing any live streams. I'm just going to sit here and build it. Or maybe I could just do one long live stream.
Are you missing it?
I am really much now, yes.
Yeah, but I'm building it now, but you didn't seem to miss it too much when Steve-O was doing our build.
No, I know. I think it's all this and everything, the show, and that's what I miss. And I don't know, it's really funny. It's really weird. I mean, I love watching Steve build it. I really did enjoy it. But it's yeah, I don't know, it's just strange. I don't know, I feel like my partner in crime is back. Did that come out wrong?
No.
You're not offended by that, are you, Adrian?
No.
Okay.
Right, now that's really interesting.
Okay. See, this is what I miss. You telling me something's interesting and you're not telling me why.
No, I'm just checking. This actually fits. These OP screws in this frame fit fine. Like the other ones fit fine, but there was a lot, you know, they were like too long, but this one seems fine.
Okay. See, I don't remember that.
It could be the holes in the frame. Basically, some could be deeper. Don't forget to go on different tools. Pin could broken new. Right? Okay, they made a new one. It could be slightly shorter.
Right.
Or the diameter could be slightly wrong. You never know.
So the window goes up and down.
Good. There's a stay put.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's step 5.
Lovely. You happy with step 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so on to the next step. Step 6. Oh, you're going to like this one. Horlicks, you will love it. So take the 2 framework sections, 91A and 91B, with the sliding windows in place and align the screw holes as indicated. Hold the parts firmly together and support them from below while you fix the framework sections together with 2 FM screws. And as Mark Mods quite rightfully puts, if it wasn't for this bus, we would all of us never met, and we wouldn't have had that lovely meal in Rotherham.
Yes, I quite agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I'd got the
someone told me it was a bank holiday when it wasn't actually a bank holiday.
Yeah. Well, it came up on my phone as bank holiday, but I only get like a centimetre worth of width. So it missed out the bits that said bracket Scotland.
It was just torture because you said, "Oh, we're having a meet. It's bank holiday," and I was one of the first. Yep, I'm there. And then I was like, "Oh,
study somewhere, just not where we were going.
Okay, so I've aligned the frameworks.
Okay.
I'm now going to use FM screws. Now, my verdict on the wearer, I mean, I haven't used it for long.
Right.
Yes, these are brilliant. They've got so much grip on the head.
Yeah.
That it's unreal. But I think for bigger screws and when you want to get something in fairly tight,
yeah,
there's not quite enough strong grip. So for
they
this,
really are a precision screwdriver, aren't they?
yeah. So for all the little screws, and it's been brilliant so far with all the like the plastic windows and being careful and all that. I think for this framework, I'm going to go to the Aria because I know I can get a good grip on it.
So if, for example, you fix mobile phones for a living, would you say wearer would be your go-to screwdriver?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, even parts of this build, as I say, the more fragile parts, and especially all those little tiny screws around the, later on.
Yeah.
So, right. Now I'm slightly nervous because it doesn't want to sit flat.
No, didn't you say that front piece was slightly curved?
Yeah. So I need to be really careful about how I go about this. So I'm going to support it with my ham. And then just go in. Gently. So they're being grip. I don't think I've got the right head on that. Or has it come the day where I've worn it out? Right. I'm going to be honest, I'm not happy with that.
Okay.
Because, look, is that normal?
Really, no.
So is this the I mean, obviously that wasn't a very nice fit. I'm just taking the screws out to see what's what, but is this where people were having issues with the frames?
Could be, yeah.
Right, don't forget this. Your left-hand side one has got a slight kink to it.
Yeah, but the actual the top bit there, you see, it's not quite lined up.
When you screw it, it's supposed to sit like that, but when you screw it in, it ends up like that.
Have you got some soft? I don't know. This might be a ridiculous idea. Have you got some soft jaw advice?
No, I've only got these little clips.
Right. I wondered if you clamped that together and then screwed it in, and because the top bit is clamped together, but then it might send the bottom one out instead.
Okay, we could try.
I don't know if that's an utterly ridiculous idea.
It makes sense.
Right. Okay. Well, there's a bit of good news for you. Steve Hyson says, mine had a bit of a wobble. It tightens up when you attach it to the bus.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we don't need to worry about it.
You'll find you just probably need to push that edge in to when you do the screw down.
I noticed when Steve was doing a lot of the outside, the panels didn't really fit properly, but then as he put the screws in, it all pulled it all into shape. If that made sense.
Well, I've gone back to the wearer, actually. I'll take that back.
After these screws actually go from the outside in, when you come to put the roof on, you might want to just loosen those two screws a bit. So you can put the mesh frame on, then you tighten them back up again.
Yeah.
And Dave Sage just says, don't worry too much. It will sort itself out when you put the roof on. See, we're on the opposite coin. We used to be doing this like within 12 hours of its release. And everyone was looking at what we were doing. And now suddenly we need the help of everybody. Oh, it's brilliant. I love it.
Well, that's in nice and tight, and it's still in line with the clamp. So this is the moment of truth.
Doing.
Yeah, doing. But no, that's fine then. If other people have had that, then I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it was worth trying that, wasn't it?
It did work.
While you were putting it together.
But that's good, because then at least I managed to get the screws in straight.
Yeah. Yeah. I can just see it now when you're at a show and they go and the judge goes, why have you got two clamps sticking outside your boy? That's the only way I get them to line up.
It's not as bad, to be fair, than it was just now. So it's not going to take a lot to pull that in.
And that is going to get screwed to the bus.
Oh, it's too long now for the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely. So are you happy with that stage?
I am, yeah.
Okay, next stage.
It's like very comforting, isn't it? That, you know, because if we were doing this ahead of people, we'd be like, oh, that's not right, and we might be trying to figure a way of making that straight. But now other people have done it.
We'll still be here now trying to figure it out, when all along you probably just don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
We all work on this together. You know, there's a bit of me in someone else's bus, and there's a bit of someone else in my bus.
Mm.
So, stage 7. Fit a window winder 91D to each of the window bars 91C. These are push fit connections. Now, Mark's Mods did say earlier on, much earlier on, I will see if I can find it. I believe he said, here we go. So he says, I would advise gluing the little winders onto the bar. I didn't glue mine on. I was happy with the push fitting connectionness. But what I normally say with push fit connections is push fit it on, see how you feel about it. If you feel you're going to need to glue them on, then you glue them on.
Okay. I don't actually know what to do with this.
And I would advise you, normally we say use tweezers for fiddly parts. I wouldn't use tweezers for these because I seem to remember those little winders pinging off and flying across the room many times.
Okay, so
I believe you've got bigger hands than me, haven't you?
I do.
Yeah. So you need to be holding that bar so that the little circle is pointing upwards, and then and also the flat bits on the end will be away from you.
Yeah, perfect.
And then the winders go in facing you.
Right. Far too loose.
Is it really?
So I need to get some glue out.
Ow. Try it on the other winder.
Yeah, I'm one sec. I'm just grabbing the glue just in case I do need it.
Yeah. Don't get any glue on that lovely purple towel though, will you?
Right. Yeah, far too loose. Like it just
Really? Wow.
So again, differences in production, as Adrian has been saying, you know.
Yeah. But Dave says I would advise that you check they're not too long, the window winder bar.
Oh, what? They don't stick through the other side?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Because otherwise you'll get the rivet counters chasing you with big sticks. So Dave he had to file his and then glue them in. So, oh, that glue's not been used for a while, has it?
Oh, it's gel.
I love that gel. I don't know if you've seen it on my other videos, but I've tried the Gorilla Super Glue brush and nozzle, and it's okay, except that after you use it for a while, it starts to kind of go all stringy and messy. But it is okay. It's got a combination. You've got, if you screw the bottom bit off, you've got a brush, but if you screw the top bit off, you've got a nozzle. And I like that concept, and I'm still trying to figure out how it goes through the nozzle. Oh, there's holes at the top. Of course there's holes at the top, because that would be the normal way to do it, wouldn't it? And then Mark's mods are saying, and then I recommend gluing the bars onto the bus. Don't they screw in eventually?
I think, yeah, they screw in, if I remember.
No, there's a little locating tab, and then you push them onto the locating tab. Again, if you feel the push fittiness is satisfactory, just push fit them. If you feel you need to glue them, then you glue them. Now, obviously, if you are as skilled and talented as Horlicks, then you won't make a mess with the glue. But if you're a little bit worried about glue, you won't want to glue them, will you?
No.
I had to take the frame off basically to replace one of those bars. So I decided to end up gluing them on.
Right.
Okay, well, maybe I'll...
E40F20 has just said the winder bars themselves also need to be glued onto the frames. Wait to do this until you are attaching the outer panels.
Okay.
So I think what he's saying there is you've now got fiddly bits that could accidentally get knocked.
Right, so that was one. Let's see how the other winder fits.
Right.
So what I actually did is I put a tiny, obviously I used a cocktail stick, tiny bit on the peg, pushed it in, but there's obviously a hole, well, not obviously, but there is a hole on the other side. And I just dabbed a little bit just in the top of that hole on the other side. You can probably just see it there. Just to help make sure that bonds in okay.
Lovely.
Probably going over the top, but
no, it's if it works, it's good. I mean, there'll be people out there that will do theirs slightly differently, but as long as you get the good finished result at the end, doesn't matter how you get there.
yeah, again, this one's loose. So that
So
will need gluing.
Mark's Mod says they can be knocked off easy when on the bus. And Dave say that's what I glued in to the bus, the bars, but check that they are not too long.
So based on those comments, what I will probably do is push fit them for now.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to doing the frame, I can then glue it then when we know they're going to be secure. Because otherwise, yeah, as you said, they could be really easily knocked. Not that it will be.
Well, once those handles are on the inside of the bus and we've got all the outer panels and things on, they're not going to get knocked.
Yeah.
Just that point between now and then.
So if anyone just remind me when we come to that, if they, because I mean they might not fall off, but
I've had one fall off.
there you go. Oh, dropped it. There's my winder.
Well, you can always use a bit of your electrical tape on either end of where the pegs go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are the master of the electrical tape, aren't you?
I've got some right here.
No, I knew you would have.
I've got about 20 rolls of it somewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if you've got 19 of them within arm's reach. So
yeah.
Are you happy with stage 7?
Okay.
Yeah. So stage 8 is the one that people are advising not to fit, but we'll go through it anyway. Yes, Adrian, you've got electrical tape, but we don't have a stage 8.
So yeah.
Adrian.
Oh, no, he's getting excited about his electrical tape. Did you already have that electrical tape, Adrian, or did you buy it because you saw me use it so much?
I bought a packet ages ago. When I need some, I couldn't find the packet, could I?
Oh, okay.
Right, so Pish, I'm trying to read the comment and the name as well, so I'm coming out with Pish 40. P40F20 says the push fit for the winder bars is rubbish. I got to be honest with you, I didn't have a problem with mine, unless they shrunk in the cold. So stage 8, I'll read the tick warning in the corner first. You might find it helpful to temporarily hold the bars in place with low tack tape or masking tape to you and me. So take the 2 window bars 91C and fit them across the openings for the second and third left-hand windows on part 84A. Can you remember that far back? The holes at the ends of the bars fit over pegs on 84A, and the bars should be level. They will be held in place when the outer framework is finished.
Okay.
So I would suggest then, based on the comments, that you place these on for the benefit of the stream, but then take them off and leave them safe, and we'll pop them on when we actually, when the rest of the framework comes in.
Okay, so one would go on there.
Beautiful.
Oh God, yeah, they aren't great.
Looks good, that, doesn't it? So, right. So Paul Wright says, hello, how is everyone? How are you, Paul? Do not recall seeing you in a while. And then P40F20. Penny, you will see the problem with the winder bars when you come to install the outer panels.
Okay, so the one on the right, my right here, had a really satisfying click.
Yeah.
And it's not coming out at all. Actually, they're both like that.
Yeah. I think they're deceptively snug. And Paul Wright, who has only just started commenting, is giving us the same advice. He's glued the little bars in. So a little bit of glue involved here. But I personally, I like the advice of not in fact, look, I'll show you what I've done. I won't show you what I've done. I've actually, even though I haven't got my bus, I do have my little window winders with me, along with my grab poles and the rear, what do you call it, the pole that goes on the back platform.
So that's it then.
Is it? Oh no, that's the end of that build.
Oh, well, this is the... Well, no, but this is the good bit. This is where we can do the end of show speculations.
Okay, so speculate. So you have to pretend you haven't seen the next 39 issues.
Yeah, I speculate that'll go on there.
Do you think so?
Somehow.
Do you reckon? Yeah, I think you might be on something there, Horlicks. Certainly looks like it could fit.
Actually, that is a really nice fit.
Paul Wright says, sorry I'm late and probably repeating what's already said. No apologies necessary. When I said that you were saying what other people said, the point I was making there is that if you come in and offer advice and it's something that numerous other people have said and you haven't seen their comments, then it must be good advice. It's just underlining some good advice, as opposed to someone that was just going, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah. You know, other people who have done this have gone, this is what we've done. And then you've come in and gone, yep, this is what we want to be doing. It just adds weight to it. So how's your speculation going then, Horlicks?
Brilliant. And it's a really, really nice fit.
Lovely.
So far.
And just for a bit of fun, random speculation, how many pieces do you think the driver will come in?
Oh, no idea. One?
Genuinely no idea.
No, I do.
Okay. See, I reckon he'll come over 5 issues. You'll get the body and the head. Then you'll get an arm and then another arm and then a leg. And although you might get an arm and then a leg.
An arm and a leg, yeah.
Yeah. And then you really can say this bus has cost us an arm and a leg.
So that's it then.
Fantastic.
So I'm now going to put this away.
What's that?
Oh no, look what I found.
I just thought that. Is that a map or something?
It's one of the roof stickers.
Oh yeah. It's the Hachette stickers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's come off.
Right. So P40F20 is saying another bit of advice. Do not install the outer frames for the upper deck when they tell you. Put the upper deck ceiling on first. Otherwise, you will have a bad time with the grab poles. That sounds, yeah, that seems feasible. So are you saying that you need that flexibility? Yeah, you would do, wouldn't you? If you need the roof on to attach the grab poles, otherwise you've got nothing to attach them to. And if you start putting all those windows and things out, oh God, I don't know how we're going to do that. Steve-O, was that hard?
It's a bit like, okay, you got to line the grab poles. They're stretching through the window. You look how small that window is. Try and locate it.
Well, I'm having a bad time trying to locate one at the back.
Right, so the windows are attached to the outer skin?
Yes.
Right. So if you haven't attached the outer skin, there's no windows, so you could probably put tweezers or something through there.
You have a more area to move. It's a
Right.
bit like, well, let's hold a needle behind a hole, and you try and thread the needle
That hole.
through that little hole.
So what if you put the outer frame on first? Then what you effectively do is try to thread a needle when the needle is on the other side of the window from the cotton.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Mark's Modest said, Adrian gave me some advice about being careful with the cab roof stop lever.
Yeah. I did remember that.
Slowly coming back. So, so the finished views, it says the front part of the outer wall on the left-hand side is taking shape, and bars with winders have not been fitted, where the sliding windows are going to be positioned. Store the parts carefully as the joints are not strong at this stage. And you've got a front, back, and both sides of the inner. Oh, this is the one where we have, on mine, we've wrapped this in kitchen roll, haven't we, Adrian, and then taped it up.
Yes.
And I've got two pieces because, is this the second piece?
No, I think this is his first side.
Just suggest that there's two pieces of wall. But I think these two pieces of wall are about to be attached to make one.
This is what I did previously with the windows.
Right.
And I've kept it in here, but obviously I haven't got one big enough now.
Yeah. Right. So Mark's Mons has just said exactly what I was going to say. Fantastic build, Horlicks.
Thank you very much.
So, Steve Owen to the rescue. I put the roof of the interior on first. Right, so I'll have to remember, because we're now starting to talk about further than I'm at. And then Steve Heisen, the fixing of the roof is issue 103, but the episode was done off screen. Okay, we're going to have to work that one out then. And then David Bassett, you can fit the grab poles much easier without the side panels and windows in place when you are fitting the ceiling in place. So this is fantastic, isn't it? So the next stage is, oh no, this is the next week, isn't it?
That's the next week.
In the next issue, we will be continuing work on the framework for the outer wall of the upper deck. Does that excite you, Horlicks?
Yeah.
Does that tickle your fancies?
Yeah, I do. I want to get on with it now.
You want to get on with it? So P40F20, nice bit of work, Horlicks. Great show tonight, Dream Team. And Chris Davis, well, excellent build. I'm only 9 away from the next time I do. Hang on, right. I'm only 9 away next time I do issue 82. Yeah, you'll get there, Chris. And as I'm discovering tonight, so Dave Bassett says, brilliant build, Horlicks, and great chat from you all. Yeah, Chris, what I'm finding is I'm actually really enjoying watching this build and listening to the advice that other people give. It's quite nice to be receiving the information.
So I've just found these 4 grab rails.
Yes. Now, if memory serves me correctly, they are the downstairs grab rails.
So I've put them in my screw pot for safekeeping, which I forgot it was in there. So if I do lose them, they're in there.
Yes. You want me to remember that, don't you?
Yes, please.
You know I can't remember things myself.
I didn't even know they were in there until I just was sorting out the screws. But then I suppose
they've been in there too long then.
Yeah.
Been building enough.
I'm just putting all my spare screws away.
So Dave says, great build and stream, enjoyed it. Thumbs up, thumbs up.
Thank you very much, Dave.
That was very enjoyable, and I will echo that. So Paul is having his cleanup. So I'm going to bring us all in because it's been a long time since you've seen us. So I noticed that your wearers are 2 different colours. Is there a reason for that?
Oh, I said that. I think they're the same, but I think the yellow ones are specifically more for electronic use.
Okay.
That's what I can gather. Because the green version of the same screwdriver was like triple the price. It was really strange. But all this one says is that it's electrical safe.
Okay. Oh, so maybe it's got a little electrical breaker tester thing in the top then.
Maybe. Well,
I don't know.
I
don't know how to use electrical screwdrivers, but they look flashy, don't they?
Well, you just hold them on something live and stick your thumb on the end, and then the light bulb lights up. I think it uses your body. Yeah, it uses your body as the earth.
Yeah. If your thumb goes up, you know there's electricity flying through. I do know I've actually done that before. Oh, I've done it with paint. Someone says, how do you know when the paint's dry? So you touch it. If you leave a fingerprint, you know it's not dry.
Well, your body gives off neutral sort of thing, so.
Yeah. Chris Davis World, yes, me too. The advice is good. And if anyone of you 3 want to join me Monday, or Dave say, of course, you are more than welcome. I genuinely, I don't know what I'm doing Monday. I don't know next week's shifts, usually until Thursday or Friday, which is a bit of a pain with me doing a stream on Wednesday. But I know I've got Wednesday off because I am sitting here right now looking after my sick granny, aren't I? So Geordie Dave says, great build. Chris Davis says, even. I'm doing that's a comment from his last comment. Even Mark. So even Mark's invited to join Chris Davis. So you too, Mark. So Mark's mod says, what I love is with spare screws is there is more metal spare than plastic, which means more metal parts. To rephrase that one. So with spare screws, love with spare screws is there is more metal screws spare than plastic, which means more metal parts. Okay. And the wearer is anti-static, so you can work with electronics. Okay, so obviously diverts the thingy away. So is it worth, or does it replace the need for one of these little bands? Of all the things to lose, I didn't lose this band.
Now, electronic screwdrivers need to be non-magnetic.
Yes, right. Which is why we
if it hits a component, it might damage that component.
Yeah.
So, but this is magnetic.
Right. Which is why we have demagnetizers.
But I haven't magnetized this, so surely if this was for electronic use, you shouldn't have that magnet then.
Well, it could have been made magnetic by the fact that it's sitting next to something magnetic. I don't know.
The other two.
I don't know how much magnetism it needs to charge up. Does it charge up when you make something magnetic?
I think so. Oh, sorry, does he come?
So I'll just get a quick.
Well, you can make them demagnetize. Just use
I have a demagnetizer. Here we are. You'll love this. This is my magnetizer, demagnetizer. Because you know I only buy things when they're purple now.
Yeah, I've got a big one.
Yeah. Well, if it comes in purple, I'll buy it. But if it doesn't come in purple, then this one's better.
Mine's red.
Right. So, most important question, Horlicks, did you enjoy that?
I have a dark grey one and a light grey one.
Oh yeah, I did thoroughly enjoy that. Actually, it's nice to get another issue done. So,
right. So, what are we doing for next week? I did ask the audience, would they like 2 different streams? But obviously, with us being the people that are going to be doing it, what are you thinking, Horlicks?
I don't know. I think maybe. I mean, we could always just see how it goes. We could roll with this until I'm caught up with you.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. There'll definitely be a show next week, obviously, so we can make some final arrangements and thoughts, and then we'll work it out for next week, shall we?
Okay. So should we go as we were for next week?
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing issue 90, or you're going to be doing issue 92.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing the Horlicks job of being the glamorous assistant. And so that gives me 1 more week to get my bus sorted out. So Steve Owen is currently sat in front of the big TV screen with Routemaster on display next to the TV with happy memories of the build when I was at that stage. Great build tonight with no pressure. And Mark's Mod says, what I mean with the screws is there is more different metal screws than plastic, which means more metal parts on the bus than plastic. Right. P40F20, you both have great chemistry tonight. Thank you. That's something that we talk about a lot, and we were okay right at the beginning, but we've really developed it, and obviously we've not been streaming together for quite a while, so it's nice to know that we haven't lost it. And then Mark's Mod says dual streaming is a great idea and gives you a bigger audience. It can and it can't, because obviously what the aim of the game here is for me to promote Horlicks' channel and Horlicks to promote my channel, and it just kind of spreads the love. And one point that was raised is that if you're subscribed to my channel and you know Horlicks is coming on to my channel, why do you need to go over to Horlicks' channel? So it gives you a bigger audience because you've combined them, but it doesn't spread the love so much in the sense that we mean. So it's something that I think it looks like we're doing a little bit of a trial, see how it goes. But obviously, just like I was a couple of months ago, Horlicks hasn't done any YouTubing for quite a while. And obviously you do tend to lose the audience a bit. And then once you start putting the regular content out, you tend to build that audience back up. So, yeah, I just need to see how it goes. Right. So, 10 o'clock. What next on the agenda? And my body is just telling me I've had too much garlic for my dinner. I do like garlic. That's my big weakness. No, when anything that calls for garlic, whatever it says on the recipe, I tend to double it and then put a bit more in.
Yeah, I don't like garlic.
I do love it. Yeah. But yeah, this spag bol I had today. Sorry, Dave Bassett's just said alternate whose channel a stream is on, then perhaps. I find that just ever so slightly confusing. I think it's easier to have something steady in one place, because you might get some people that will never subscribe to Horlicks, and you'll get people that will never subscribe to me, regardless of what we do. So, but I kind of like the idea of trying to get Horlicks a little bit ahead so that we can do 2 streams in the same week. So you get all the Routemaster goodness. It's like an earthworm. You cut it in half and you end up with 2. Is that a fact or is that a myth?
Yeah, unless we do it, we work it so we carry on as we are. It's just an idea, and then say, example, I get to issue 100, so I'll do like issue 100, and then the same week you're doing 101.
Yeah.
Oh, mind you, no, that's still not making any sense.
Alternatively, what we could perhaps try and do is, I don't know, to do a double issue is sometimes asking a little bit too much. You know, if you had 2 issues like today, I don't think you'd be able to do a double issue, would you? We'd be here till midnight.
Yeah,
But then I've seen some issues you could probably do 10 in 2 hours. So
it just depends on what it throws. Like today, you know, I mean, fitting those windows was probably a fairly quick job normally, but because I wasn't happy with the fit and I had to start sanding it down and stuff,
thing is, there'll be
adding
people
time.
who would spend more time. And don't forget, we never start at 8 o'clock. We always jabber away at talking about absolute nonsense.
And then normally Adrian has to come in and say, right, should we get on with the build then? He keeps us in check. Otherwise, we could chat for hours.
We could be here all night. And we usually are on the post-stream chat. So Yorkshire Crafter says, great show, thank you all. Steve Hyson, garlic with everything, I love it. And David Bassett says it does make sense. Well, look, one thing that I can guarantee that will happen is regardless of where we're building or who's building, Horlicks and I will both be on this show. So it may go back to me building. Just at the moment, we're just trying to get Horlicks caught up. I'd like to see us both building. We have a slight professional difference on this one, don't we, Horlicks? I'd like to see us both building. Horlicks is on the fence. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, so it's just obviously because I've done the bus, because I've been behind, I've got the whole series on my YouTube.
Yeah. Well, it's still on your YouTube.
Pardon?
It still is on your YouTube.
Yeah, it is on there at the moment. But I'm just looking at it now. I think it might share it because can I ask the viewers, have you all got both our channels open? Might share it.
Well, right now we have 18 viewers. 13 are watching from my channel and 5 are watching from your channel.
Because we've both got 5 viewing.
Well, you've now got 6. Whereas I've got 13, but we've got 19 combined.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've been watching Horlicks in the background.
Yeah. But what that tells us is that not everybody, if someone's already subscribed to your channel, they don't need to subscribe to mine and vice versa. And it's a case of showcasing. You know, I mean, you were a bigger YouTuber when I started, but I brought you on, and then there would still, doesn't matter if you have like 1 million subscribers, there will still be people who don't know you. So by bringing you onto my channel, people get to know you. And likewise, now that I'm on your channel, there's people who don't know me, regardless of how big or small I am. You don't know everybody. So it's just but then again, you know, we're going to be doing some work with the David Bassett subscribed to both, watching via Horlicks channel, and that's spot on. Geordie Day's flicking between both. That's that's fine. It's the quality I'm after, not the quantity. But you know, if you're on the fence, then jump onto Horlicks, as I don't mind. So Peter Whitlock's on my channel, but not getting. This is the problem with a dual stream. You got to remember, this dual streaming, it's designed primarily for me or Horlicks or one person to stream to different platforms. So I can stream to YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, or Facebook, or everything all at the same time. It's not really designed for different people to all stream to their own channels. And I can see Sell It Bang, who I've met through my afternoon show. But yeah, I mean, if we alternate each week, it then means there won't be anything on mine one week and then won't be anything on Horlicks the next. So I don't know. Well, it looks like next week we're going to be doing the same format, and then I suspect we'll probably have an opinion by then.
Yeah, we'll work something out. It's just new again.
Like the idea of having 4 hours worth of Routemaster each week by having, I'll have mine on a Wednesday and you have yours on whatever day, and more Routemaster broadcasting time can't be a bad thing, can it? You know, we'll have a little bit of Mark's mods on remind me, Mark, what day your videos come out. We'll have mine on a Wednesday, yours on a whatever day, and then Chris Davis doing his on alternate Mondays, and then you got someone else doing. Can you honestly have too much Routemaster broadcasting time?
No.
There you go.
David Bassett's just said, also subscribe to Adrian's channel, especially enjoying the Samba camper van and the T72 tank build.
I've got to be honest with you, I really am not into tanks, but I am enjoying that tank, that T72. I mean, not only is it tank, it's Soviet, which it crosses all the boxes for me. Yet it's an enjoyable build. So
if I change of view, you'll find the tank guns there.
Yes, but I think I'm enjoying
next to a lovely book I received.
Oh, who got you that then? There you go. David Bassett hits the nail on the head there. David Bassett, never have enough Routemaster builds. Exactly right. That's my thoughts exactly.
It's just we'll work it out, and obviously the schedule, and we'll sort something out. We'll know more by next week, but we'll definitely be here next week for 90.
But what I'm saying is that a show on a Wednesday night is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And Horlicks.
So it'll either be this show once every week on a Wednesday, or there'll be this show on a Wednesday plus one other.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So, yeah.
Right.
I've
not got myself quite prepared because all the other builders, they do a very, very good service, which I've forgotten to prepare, which is YouTube schedule. So if you bear with me, I am ill prepared here. So if you are not a member of the Facebook group, I would recommend you joining that. And there is an announcement, permanent announcement that takes a link to the Google spreadsheet, which tells you all of the shows that are upcoming, which I can see in front of me now. So we have 8th of Thursday, which is nothing. The 9th, which is Friday, we have the lovely build with Adrian. He is doing the 2-1 Samba camper part. Someone's put Park 4. It's Park 4. Yeah. So on Saturday, there was nothing. On the 11th, on the Sunday, we've got Mark's Mods, Spitfire issue 24 to 26. So 24 to 26, that is something that sounds like Wings to me. So if you like your Wings, get yourself to Mark's Mods channel. Now, Chris, are you doing Routemaster on Monday? I've got down here Jaguar stroke Routemaster, but I think he's doing Routemaster. Now, Tuesday, Adrian, we've got you down as blank.
Blank at the moment. It might be this Spitfire if it comes in, or I might probably schedule another camper van issue.
So my prayers tonight will be that you are doing the Spitfire and that I get Tuesday evening off. And then Wednesday the 14th. God, my name's coming up a lot. So in the afternoon, I don't know why you've put 4 p.m. because it's actually 1 p.m., but that's fine. So we have a Paint with Diamonds show in the afternoon. It started off a little, these are the basics, but it's just turned into pretty much the same format as this. Usually the way the show goes is I show you that I've done absolutely nothing since the last show, and then we just chat what we've been up to the last week. And then I try and catch up on the show. But and then obviously Wednesday evening we have this Routemasters show. So does that just about sum it up? And we've also got it on Horlicks' channel as well. If I missed anybody out, A, I apologise. But B, you need to get yourself onto the groups and get yourself onto the hobby show and share your information and get that shared with everybody else so that we can all enjoy it. If you're not mentioned, it's because we don't know about you. And David Bassett says, really enjoyed tonight. Yes, I thought you'd miss some of it. Today I would miss the live build due to a clash with Pepsi's obedience training classes. Sadly, they have been cancelled since early March. So that's one of the bad signs of COVID, isn't it? So, anything else to add? You did a bit of dusting there, Horlicks?
No, I don't think so.
Of your arm, it's like, oh, some dust on the top of the screen there.
Oh no, I was feeling the light because I say it's.
You want a little bit of alcohol to clean it with?
No,
unless I have missed anything or anyone objects, I'm going to say my goodbyes.
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, everyone, for watching and coming back. And
yes,
yeah,
thank you for bringing back the old days. I now feel like I've never left. It just picked up where we left off.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But also, I'll say thank you again to Adrian, Steve, Chris and Dave Say, Mark's Mods, and everyone who's been involved with the shows since we've been away. You've done an absolutely fantastic job, and everyone who watch. So so I will see you next week or sooner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Who wants to say goodbye next?
I will. Yeah. No. Thanks. Yeah. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back. Glad you're not bored of the Routemaster just yet. Let's say I've got a lot. 39 issues left to do. 38 now. Doesn't sound a lot, but no, I think it'll. It's going to be good. I don't want to finish my bus, but I do because it's sat up there looking very plasticky at the moment. So when I start getting the panels on, it's going to be, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Steve Hyson says 2 hours 20 minutes. Not bad.
That isn't actually. No, I remember them being 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, thanks for watching. See you next week.
All right, take care. So it's just down to you then, Adrian.
Yes, I'm glad to be your assistants again in the past. Helping you both out again.
Yeah, you're always welcome. If I wrote down the people that are welcome any time, I'd be here all day and I'd still forget somebody. So take care, guys, and we will see you next week or sooner. And I've got to make sure I hit the correct button. It's that one at the top that says end broadcast, not that one that says leave studio. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.